Hello, I am Owen from Square Balloon, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to do bulk uploads in Eclincher. Eclincher is a really cool social media posting platform that allows you to schedule posts and takes care of a lot of things that you wouldn't want to have to do manually. And there's a really cool thing you can do which is bulk uploads, but it's not so intuitive. So first thing I'll do is I'll show you where to find it in Eclincher. Then what I'm going to do is show you the format and just talk you through how the spreadsheet or CSV file should be set up. Then I'm going to show you the process of uploading some of the things and putting them into an approval process, which again is not immediately obvious. And I'll show you a couple of tips and tricks that I learned while I was doing this, which I used when building my CSV file. So let's get started. To Eclincher. So I'm on the publishing and scheduling screen. And if you look over here on the right, there's an upload post button. So I'll click that. Now, it has got a template for you to download, but it's a bit pants. It doesn't actually have the right fields in it, and it's not that clear either. So what I will do is I will share you the one that I've made, which might be more useful for you. However, if you click on see instructions, it does have a screenshot of what is a much better spreadsheet. So there you have it. You can build your own spreadsheet based on that if you wanted to, or you can use the one that I'm going to give you because I've already done the work for you. So that's that part. The next part I'm going to show you is the spreadsheet. So I'll zoom in. It's pretty simple. I've made some headings. Just be aware that when you do the upload, the first upload will be blank because you've got these headings. You just need to delete that post when it comes up. I am not going to remove the headings because I find them kind of useful. Anyway, so scheduled date and time. It's pretty obvious that you would need that, and you need it in this format. So it's date back to front. So 2022 is the year, so it's always 4 digits. Always a hyphen, then the month, 2 digits, and then the day hyphen, then the day, 2 digits. So if it's the first, still put 01. So you will see. We haven't had that option yet. Oh yes, we have. There we go. 01. And then a space, and then the time, and it's 12-hour clock, so you need to put AM or PM, and then a semicolon at the end. So that's all simple enough. Then we have the post, which is the content that you will have underneath your picture. Then we have the link to the image, so you can upload it without an image and then upload those separately. But I found it just as easy to. I was building my images in Canva, and I found it easier just to build a bulk load of images, download them all as a zip file. I personally uploaded them to my website, but you can do it via Google Drive or something like that. It just needs to be something where they are publicly available. Because I did it on my website, I find it easier to build the links. So if you're doing Google Drive, it might be that you have like really unique links every time, whereas I found it easier to do it this way. So I'll show you what I did later. A brand name. If you've got the agency plan on Eclincher, you can set up brands, so you might have that. Channels, which is Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever. Only thing you need to know here is there's very specific about how you write that. So Facebook has a capital F, Instagram business instead of Instagram, Google My Business, all one word, LinkedIn, all lowercase, YouTube lowercase, Twitter, Pinterest, you can see it all in the spreadsheet there. I'll move my screen across a bit. So we've got profile name. So this is if you have an Instagram account and a Facebook account, and they're both called the same thing, Square Balloon for example, then it won't know which one do you want us to post to. So you have to give it a clue by putting the profile name in here. It says it's optional, but I found that I needed to do this sometimes, so I would just include it rather than risking it. Group name, so on Facebook you can post to groups. So if you've got a Facebook group, you would include the Facebook group name here. Personally, you would possibly need to do that too if you're doing one for your Facebook page and one for the group. If you have multiple profiles with the same name, you need to put the address. This is for Google My Business, so this doesn't matter about Facebook or anything like that. Just Google My Business, where you might have multiple locations. Call to action, again, it's only for Google My Business, so call now or whatever. But if you look, you've got certain options that you can choose, and I can't spell options, so I'll correct that. So you've got book, all in capitals, order, capitals, shop, learn underscore more, sign underscore up, and call. Those are your only options. Don't try and invent new ones. Make sure it's all in capitals. And Google My Business, again, you can put a URL for the call to action, so just a link, and then campaign post. So this is like your Google URL builder type of campaign tags, I think, unless it's tags in Eclincher. We haven't been using them, so I don't know if that's the case, but you can experiment with that. What I should show you is, oh yeah, you're only putting one on the channel, so don't put Instagram, Facebook and everything. You just need to add one. So if you need to do multiple, just copy and paste it and change it. So that's that. Now I'm going to talk you through some tips and tricks when I got building this. So this is my final output, this sheet, but in here this is me tinkering. So first things first, I wanted to be able to fill down the date, as you can see, 23, 24, 25. So I did that. So I made a separate date field just for that purpose, and here I concatenated this and then I put the time. Now in this case I wanted it to be 10 AM every single time we posted. You may not want to do that, in which case you may decide on a different way of achieving this result, as long as you end up with this final formatting that will work for you. If you want to know what I did here, I did concatenate, which is joining this field with this text, and I did this, which is text. So I'm saying I'm making this field into text, and then just B2, and then this is the format, which is the correct format. The reason I did that is because it kept changing the date into a number in Excel. So it was like, I don't know, 49,000 or something crazy like that. That wasn't very useful because it's in the wrong format. So I did this text formula on it, and I concatenated it with the 10 AM. So that was one thing I learned. Hashtags, I've done my competitor research in another spreadsheet altogether, so I just got them from there, which was fine. I can tell you about that another day. The post, I concatenated the content that I wanted to write, the hashtags I wanted to use. Also, depending on, you can see here I've got an if statement. Basically, if it's Instagram business, I'm not able to put a link, right? So I just wrote link in bio. And if it's Facebook, I put a link, because I can do. So you see it's just an if statement saying like which channel is it, and then at the end I've just got 2 bits of text, call to action, link in bio or click if tickets. And basically if I just edit one of those, all of my posts will update, so it's really useful like that. Image link, now I concatenated again here. So what I did was I concatenated, first of all I concatenated my URL where I've got them saved, so the folder on my website where I've got them saved. Then I added a slash and a forward slash, and then I added Instagram business, and that was a folder on my website as well, and I made sure I just named it the same as the capital Facebook with a capital F or Instagram business, just for ease. And then I added G2, which was the file name. The way I added these was manually just right click, press rename on the file, copy and paste and dump them in there. Took me maybe 5 or 10 minutes. It's a bit laborious, but can't think of an easy way to do it at the moment. I can run a script to call all the file names in the folder, but it's kind of like the same difference to do either way really in terms of time. You might find a little bit of saving there. If you want to know how to do that, just comment and I will make a video about that. And then obviously I added .png in the end because it's all been exported from Canva as a PNG file. So that basically builds this bit plus this bit plus this bit, and then adds PNG in the end, and that's my file name. So that brings out my entire link. So I'll just show you this. There you go. So it brings up that. I will be deleting them shortly because I've uploaded them now, save some space. But it was quite cool that it was able to just basically I could fill down and I could fill in all of the links quite easily. This one I did an if statement. If it's Instagram business, then we'll call it this because that's the Instagram name, or it's Facebook, we'll call it that because that's the Facebook name, and that works fine. Make sure you put quotes either side because it's got a space in it, which I did, and that was fine. And I haven't used the group section yet. Now I'll show you what it looks like. I've already done this. So first thing is, right, I'll just remind you how I got here. I'm on the publishing scheduling page. Okay, Oh yeah, sorry. This is what you normally see, right? Click on upload post in the top right. Bosh. And I'm going to change it to approval list because I always have to get it approved before I send it out. So I'll click that, and it's going to upload it to the approval list rather than to scheduled or draft posts. And what I do is I click that, and then I just upload my CSV, and you'll see what happens. It starts processing them, and as it's processing, you see it goes and looks for that image. As long as it's publicly available, it'll grab it and it'll stick it in the post. There you go. One's just come up, so it's found that. It's found that. So pretty cool. So first thing you notice is this #1 post. It's kind of blank and empty and weird, doesn't have a profile. That's okay, that's just the top row which has got headings in it. So once it's finished computing, I will just delete that. And what you'll also notice is that every now and then it doesn't have a date on it. If it's a date in the past, it can't do it. So it just puts a blank date, so you might have to manually add that if you've missed a date or something like that, which can happen. As you see, it's working its way through. There are quite a lot, so if I go back and show you, so there are 50, so it's quite a lot of posts. So you see, basically, look, there you go, it's finished. So it didn't take too long really for 50 posts. I now delete the selected post because that one was empty. And now when I press, come down here and I press save, I can review it. I can go to the next pages and review it. And if I press save, then that will save them. I've already done it, so I'm not going to. But what I will show you is after I've hit save, I'm on this screen and I've got my approval list. What I do is I press this and I select all posts in all pages. So now they're all selected, and then I go to assign for approval, and it lets me choose which approvers I want. So I could just pick a few of them. Oops. There you go. So now I've picked a couple of approvers, and that's in the right order. So that's great. And now if I hit save, it will add those guys to the approval list, which is really useful if you have to have approvals like we do. Then that's a really cool feature that they've added and allowed us to use. So as you can see, it was quite quick for me to do the upload process. Now I've got the spreadsheet. It's quite easy for me to rebuild it in the future for the next project. And all I've got to do is write the content for each post into my spreadsheet rather than an Eclincher, which can be a bit dull at times, I'd say. And it's quite easy for me to get a live document that multiple people could edit, and we could all just go, let's get it right first time. Comments and everything can be written in Excel, which is actually probably a little nicer than having them in Eclincher, which is ugly as sin, I would say. I've written to them about it and they asked me for my opinion on how to improve the design, and they did go away and improve it, but I still don't think they've nailed it. So perhaps I'll give them some more feedback. But if you like this video, please subscribe, and if you've got questions, put them in the comments. I'll do my best to assist you. Otherwise, have a great day. See you later.